Today, let's talk about Columbus Crew, one of the founding clubs of Major League Soccer. They're a two-time winner of the MLS Cup, with this kit from 2020 being their second time through. Their nickname is the Black and Gold, and I love that you can see that in the black and yellow checks along the side. They hold the distinction of having the first ever stadium built specifically for pro soccer in the United States, the Columbus Crew Stadium, which was their home from 99 to 2021, which is a short lifespan for a soccer stadium. The shortness there comes from this man, Anthony Precourt, the previous owner of the club, and specifically his saga of trying to get a stadium built downtown in Columbus while threatening to move the club to Austin, Texas if he couldn't. In my opinion, it was something he always wanted to do, seeing as in his purchase of the club, there was a clause saying that he could move the franchise, but only to Austin, Texas. That's kind of fishy. City and fans of the Crew fought this for many years and finally prevailed because nobody really likes an out-of-towner coming in and trying to move your club to another city, an all too common occurrence in American sport. So, Precourt sells the club, they stay in Columbus, Precourt starts a brand new franchise called Austin FC. The two have only met once and it may become a rivalry. In the meantime, they have two other rivalries, the first being with Chicago Fire, based really off of the 1998 US Open Cup final, which was supposed to be in Virginia Beach, had to be rescheduled because of a hurricane, and moved to Chicago, which many fans of the Crew find suspicious. In the end, Fire won 2-1 and built out a rivalry. The second is a relatively new one between FC Cincinnati, which is known as the Hell is Real Derby, which is based off of a billboard which is renowned along I-71 between the two cities in Ohio. Our MLS specific topic this time around is going to be the draft. A draft is a pretty common thing in American sports as the way that you bring young players, usually from college, into your squad, but it's almost unheard of in other countries. So the concept is pretty much the same as NFL or NHL draft, except for that it's only for US-based collegiate players. We're talking about it this time around as our MLS topic because Columbus Crew had the first ever pick in the first ever draft. That was Brian McBride, a US men's international player. The MLS draft was the key way in the 90s and the early 2000s for clubs to build out their squads. Its importance has fallen off in the last decade, with MLS purchasing more talent from outside of the country at a younger age, as well as building out their own youth academies, the more traditional way of building out squads within a club around the world. Crew are renowned for having some of the best attacking talent historically in MLS. Beyond Brian McBride, Jeff Cunningham is the third all-time goal scorer in MLS, as well as Gyasi Zardes, who spent a couple seasons at the club scoring over 60 goals. They keep that attacking tradition in their current squad and are one of the examples of an MLS club that can purchase young but very good talent from overseas. First in 2020 with Luca Zelarayan coming to the club from Tigres, a big part of their win this season in 2020 for the MLS Cup. And second, Cucho Hernandez, who they brought over from Watford. And that's one of the big things of being able to bring a player from one of the clubs in the top two tiers of English football at a very young age of 23. So that's your rundown on Columbus Crew. They're fighting for a playoff spot and only have 3 matches to go in the season to make it in.